This week on Focus Outdoors, we travel to Akaska, South Dakota to participate in a town festival. Something for everybody, young and old alike, and everybody has a great time. We thought it'd be fun for Focus Outdoors to cover such an event. Stay with us. Focus Outdoors will be right back. Akaska, South Dakota, a fishing town on Lake Oahe that has a lot of community pride and a town of love for the outdoors. This little river town has a festival every year called the Walleye Classic and Festival. Held towards the end of July, a part of this event is a walleye tournament that draws a lot of very good fishermen. But the event still has room for groups that just want to have fun. Besides the fishing tournament, there is a kids' fishing day. These folks enjoy their river. We loved watching the kids catch a variety of fish: catfish, suckers, smallmouth bass, walleyes, and drum. Those kids had a blast and did not care about the species. As long as there was a tug on their line, they were happy.
Yes! Woo! Here, picture. Here, let's tighten it up. There you go. Here you go. Here, hold it. Hold it. Get it out. Here, hold it. I don't want to be here. Hold your pole. Hold your pole. Come on, let him help hold it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun when we do.
Yep, that's a nice one. Good for you. Awesome. I think that was the first one caught. That's pretty impressive, huh?
Bring it up, Jake. Lift it up. Get it out. Come on.
That's a good sized catfish.
All right, Jake.
What a bass.
Just turn around, look at the fish.
There.
Awesome.
Here, buddy.
That's a proud egg.
I gotta touch it.
I believe it.
Mom, I feed him a chip. Here, buddy. Look at me. That's a nice one.
Look at it. This is a big fish.
That is huge.
Fish tournament. This is a fish tournament.
Oh man, bask in the glory here.
Woo! Are you guys excited? Or... Oh, okay.
A walleye.
You did. Was it fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't pull in and
All right.
Did you drop it? No, he wants to sit down. Oh, okay. Where is yours? Where's his Rice Krispie bar? He said you got one.
Was that fun catching that?
Was it fun, Chloe?
That's a nice fish.
How big is it? Show me. How big? This big?
These folks work hard on their tournament, a lot of volunteer hours. Many folks volunteer their time to make this event the success it is. George Kessler is the MC for this event and also a sponsor. This big tournament is powered by small town folks. That's what makes it a success.
Say, Dick, What do you enjoy the most about this?
Fishing. The walleye.
How long have you two been helping here?
Too long. As long as we can remember.
What's your favorite part of this?
Going home.
And the truth is always spoken. What's your job tonight, you two?
Sell as many tickets as we can.
All raffle tickets, $5 each.
What is your favorite part of this?
Get around
$1 million.
Kessler's is sponsoring a special. This year is the $500 largest walleye and $500 best comeback. So there's an extra $1,000 that was added. We want to thank Kessler's for doing that. Bill, what am I forgetting?
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime. The morning the tournament started, it was clear and the wind was howling the way it does on the prairie. As the boats idled in the bay, the national anthem was played. Happy to acknowledge the country that gives us our freedom to do such things. Then the roar of engines and off to their secret fishing holes. The wind just continued to blow and the water got rougher and rougher. Larry and Larry volunteered to take us out to try to cover the turning. Again, volunteers make these events go.
Test, 1, 2, test.
Morning. Larry Goebel from Hayti, South Dakota, out here at Akaska, the Akaska Walleye Festival. I'm one of the tournament officials that helps check the boats out in the morning, so what order that they need to leave, and then when they come in tonight or this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we'll be checking them in so they're in at 3 o'clock.
I'm Larry Gillis. I'm helping Larry out here. with his official stuff, that I have a campground and a lodge, especially a lodge in Akaska, and I do some guiding out here.
What's the name of your campground?
Well, it's DNS Campground and Gillis Guide Service.
On to the weigh-in. As the fishing folks come in, it was obvious the wind had played a role in fish caught, but no one was complaining. These guys had a ball. The walleye is king of the river, and small fishing towns are the backbone. Congratulations to all.
So listen, I seen one fish. What happened today?
You know, we went out and did the same thing we did yesterday, and fishing wise, it wasn't our day, but I tell you what, spend a day like this with these two, I feel like the winner today, I tell you that.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's the right attitude to have when you take the family fishing.
3.83, Jordan.
3.8. Guys, thank you. We hope to see you all next year.
Thanks for coming.
Great family. Great outfit.
12.28. And their big fish was 7.73. Hold that up for a picture here. Good job. Good job.
That's something
You got to hold up the two big ones.
you could do in the future.
Show the crowd. Nice fish. They just ran out of points today as well. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you being here. You missed the base and the challenge as much as they could. All right, suspense is there. Are you guys ready over there for this weight? Here it is. What do you got, Bill?
You know, it's odd like that.
Now, Bill. You got lucky, man. 15.3 today. That is a great weight. You guys have to go. You guys got to go sit down. Guys, you're out of here.
16.97.
Way to go. Congratulations, guys. Pretty sure you're in the money. Come over and have a seat, fellow. You're not going anywhere for a while. We have to issue some stuff. We have a winner, Bill. What do they get?
They won?
I think so.
These guys won something?
I think so.
These guys are going to win first place.
First place? Yeah.
$2,600. Don's looking for her choice.
Third place. Third place was $1,400. Which one of you guys get it? Well, it's made out of wood. There they are, your third place winners, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big round of applause. Good job. Hey, fellas. This one's made out to Cody. Who's Cody? The little guy. There they are, your second place winners. Congratulations, fellas. Thank you very much.
Look right down there and get some pictures.
Sure, we're going to see you next year.
You can stay right up here on the side. South Dakota Walleye Classic Champions.
My time.
Reed, and Klein. How about that?
Klein, third place. Jerry. There's a check for what is it? $2,600. Don't cash it today. Give a big round of applause over here, winners.
When we return, we'll talk with Dennis Foster about pulling cranks on the river. Stay tuned. Focus Outdoors will be right back.
Sometimes your outdoor fun gets a little dirty, but Wizzy Wash makes it easy to clean up and stay safe. From keeping your kennels clean between hunts, to disinfecting coolers and cleaning stations, Wizzy Wash is the best way to kill germs and odors. The Wizzy Wash Sanitizer is the fast, easy, and rinse-free way to disinfect. Less time working means more time playing, and keeping your dog safe and healthy the Wizzy Wash way means better performance in the field.
Well, as you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind a shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays fields, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio elites.
No matter the size, age, or activity level of your best friend, you want a dog food that's natural, feeds great, and is full of all the goodness you demand. That's what we pack into every bag of Country Vet Naturals. Country Vet Naturals are just what the name says, natural goodness in every bag. We also make grain-free cat and dog food and treats. Learn more and find a dealer at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Okay, we're gonna try to run some crankbaits here. We're gonna go to a little different area, trying to find some more spots. Once again, I'm preparing for a tournament here, and I'm gonna run just kind of a little bit of everything here. What I'm going to run is a deep little ripper, a Reef Runner product. I'm going to run him on the inside. I'm going to run him so he's probably running about 25 foot back, which on 10-pound Fireline or 12-pound Nano Fill, which I use almost exclusively. Actually, I'm going to go to 175. I'm going to rethink that. We're cruising here, and this is another thing the Crank Caddy guys, they come alongside me yesterday, and it's something I need to be better about. They were smoking them baits. They were pulling a 3 mile plus. They're going a little quicker. The sled core's very speed dependent. So the quicker you go, the higher it'll rise. So a lot of this pulling cranks, the key is just playing around till you get the bait that's going to work for you on. And part of that is having a system that makes it easy. I use Crank Caddy system. And they've got several ways to approach things. They've got these dash mount crank caddies, which are great. So I'm done with this. I may want to go back to him later in the day. So he's still in the lineup per se. So I'm going to just slide him onto the dash mount. It's not going to flop around, not going to land in my lap when I'm running. It's perfectly content where it's at there. Now I want to swap the plug out. I can simply go to one of their boxes. And the way I use them is they have bags that'll hold their boxes. I put specific styles of lures in them. For example, in this one, I've got their small box, which holds small lures. And here I've got, and this is good, I may have changed my mind. I was going to go to a 100 series little Reef Runner, but these doggone Berkeley flicker shads have been a heck of a bait for a number of years, and particularly on Hawaii. But you can see how easily they're stored. They're not tangled up, not a bit. And I got them basically laid out by colors. Snap it out. It's that simple. There's no tangling. There's none of the shaking. All the garbage that's associated with it. Anybody that's pulled a crankbait knows full well what I'm talking about. And it's probably what keeps people from doing it more, is the pure frustration factor of it. This takes that away. Kind of a case in point here, we just went through a bunch of snags, and this is very common. Broke one line off, other lines are fouled, and then sure enough, then you get hit. And I hope this guy didn't find some of those trees. I think he did for a second, felt like he'd just come back out again. But when it's pandemonium, it's usually pretty good. You can see we got rods laying all over the floor, and more often than not, that's when you'll get bit. But we'll certainly take it. This was on that white reef runner. Once again, the tip from the crank caddy boys. I had one on the dash, not saying how to put it on right away. I had the thought process, but they definitely sealed it for me. If this is a walleye, this is a good fish. He's got both sets of trebles. He literally T-boned that bait. So he came up and he literally smacked that bait from the side. It shows you how aggressive these catfish can be. And people, you know, think of them as eating dead bait laying on the bottom, and obviously they do. But they also have a very aggressive nature to them, and I think more so out here, these channel cats on the Missouri River system reservoirs, I think they're a little grumpier version. But we got rid of him without me losing an eye or a finger, and we'll get the slime off the line from him and see if we can't make a catch a walleye. Several of the features of the background mapping that do help your fishing. Probably the most important factor is the safety factor, particularly you get on bodies of water like this, because some of these points will jut way out. There's submerged bars, islands, this type of thing. And this was all old cottonwood growth, 65, 70-foot trees before they flooded the reservoir. This guy poses no problem because we can see him obviously. But the case in point being, there are literally millions of these that are just under the surface. With the background mapping, it not only shows you the shallower areas where they will be, so for example, you want to run in the river channel, it also has specifically spelled out flooded timber. So you want to avoid those areas at all costs, particularly on rougher days. You know, gosh, there may be one this much under the surface or this much above. When you're coming over rollers, you're never going to see that. And by God, if a guy hits one of them and you're going pretty good, it's obviously going to cause some damage, most likely cause injury, and it can certainly cause death. So having this stuff, to me, makes me feel safe. And I know this river like the back of my hand. I was telling Tom earlier today, I still find myself occasionally drifting into some of these areas. You look up, get your bearings straight again, keeps you out of trouble. Very key feature to this, and the things are super accurate. You know, you can believe them. Once again, good ideas run directly in the river channel. Obviously, never any worries there. So, just as a Letcore did find something here. Just slid in from a little bit shallower. We're trying to pull them edges to break. The deep breaks at about 40 feet. It just didn't seem to be panning out. So just sliding up here, there's more of a flat as it goes up into this far pipeline, which you can tell at the shore. By the shoreline, kind of what it's like out here, it just continues on, just slowly breaking flat. Yeah, he's not big, but he's a fish. Just feed him right in here. And one thing I like to see, nothing against catfish, not trying to be prejudiced, it's not a catfish. But there are things to pick up from this too. Obviously, this plug will work, so we'll continue with him out there and see if we can't find a little better fish on this. Stay up shallow. Oh, it looks bigger. And this isn't probably the standard method, but I tell you, you never lose a fish until the tournament. Because I just feed the doggone things in, and they'll touch better fish. Kind of looks smaller because we got a huge crankbait in the big tail dancer here. But these fish are getting healthier, as you can see. Like I said, we got the 8-fish limit trying to thin them down, but these fish don't look in bad shape at all. They're apparently finding something to eat and willing to eat more if they're going to eat a big bait like that. That's one thing with these fish on Oahe. The strain of walleyes that they are, they're extremely aggressive. They grow fast, but our forage base is in balance. They're just footballs, and anybody that's been out here can attest to that. They're just absolute handfuls of fat in it. Well, Tom, you say catfish? Because I'm tired of them. It's a better fish. Let's just hope it's not a catfish. It's trying to, it's hooked sideways, that's why. It's twirling. So I tried to come to the top there. But it might be a super-sized walleye here. And once again, not the recommended method, but I'm just going to feed him on in here. Nothing against catfish, but at least it's not another catfish. Push come to shove, and towards the end of the day, you know, a guy might throw that in, and heck, it's just a nice eating sized fish, probably 15.5 inches, just not too bad on the chunky side. Yeah, there's just oodles of these buggers out in the field. There's more than enough to be had, and kind of an interesting point here, as you look at the size of this crankbait, these fish are aggressive. In the background here, we're just visiting with a family, multi-generational. You can see from grandparents on down to the grandchildren. That's one thing out here in South Dakota. We've got so many recreational opportunities. Obviously, everybody knows us for the pheasant hunting. I'm heavily involved in that. But the fishing is just tremendous. It isn't just Lake Hawaii that we're on today. It's the whole glacial lakes region in the northeast part of the state. Black Hills is a totally different feel to it. There's the trout thing, lake trout thing out there, the stream fishing. But the opportunities just abound. You know, and I'm more into the hardcore tournament style, you know, this type of thing. You don't need all this fancy equipment to catch a fish. It helps. I'm gonna tell you it does. But you can see these folks out here, they're making a simple drift. They got some bottom bouncers down. I'll guarantee you they got some spinners, got some minnows and crawlers, and they're gonna pick up some fish. You know, so you don't need to have a big budget to come out here and have a great time. Literally, they're probably 3-4 miles from the boat ramp they put in right beside us this morning. So you don't need to make these big, long, bruising runs by any means to find fish. You know, we have a lot of water out here, but quite frankly, I'm guilty of it. A lot of times the best fishing is right close to the ramp. So it's just, you know, we can't say enough about South. We're spoiled. That's it.
That's our show for this week. As you can tell, we had a really good time. Remember, do these 3 things for me. 1, take a child with you on a next hunting or fishing trip. 2, generously support your favorite conservation organizations. And 3, spend some time in the next week where you focus on the outdoors. For our staff, I'm Steve Hammer. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time when we continue the journey, making more memories.
Always satisfied, full of remedies to ease my worried mind. Like pulling catfish on the banks of Cherry Cove, watching wood ducks glide like angels to the shore. I'm gonna find me a dirt road and get right in the groove. Let these chains of life unwind till I get loose. I wanna roll down a window and reach out and touch the reeds. And let that crazy world out there go on without me.